Okay, we're gonna start the podcast now. What's up, everybody? I'm the Silverback, Seth Petrozelli. This is podcast number 7.
7.
These guys over here, that's Seth Sago.
Hey guys.
And that's Ben Mars.
Hello.
We got some guests with us tonight.
Exciting guests.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, I'm stoked to have these guys in the studio.
Yeah, me too.
I'm very, very happy.
Big news. Big news.
I'm happy that he's here. I'm grateful that he's here, I guess I should say. All the way to on the end of the couch is Thomas Van.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Hello.
Man, this is the most organized podcast I've ever done in my life.
Oh, now he talks shit.
I know, you've been sitting there quiet as a church mouse for the last
Yeah,
fucking 10 minutes.
But you know what? I saw in his head, like when I was all this
putting it
going on,
together,
my
yeah.
eyes would turn over and look at him, see what he's thinking. He's like,
You know, this is
fuck, looking up to the left, so he's like, oh, these fucking guys.
It's never
yeah.
fucking like this,
It was a
man.
giant shock to me that a bunch of fighters didn't understand technology. It was the exact opposite of what I thought.
Well played, Thomas. Well played.
Well, we were thinking we'd change your mind about it when you showed up here. Like, oh, he's gonna come. He's gonna see all this equipment. He's like, wow, these blue M&Ms only.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, these guys are on top of stuff. But
And it was the one single disaster we've had.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Like we've never had this problem before. We promise.
Well, the first couple episodes were pretty damn bad. The second episode has been lost forever. We put it back up, but it sounds like you're talking from inside the whale. Jonah, like
Yeah.
Jonah and the whale, the
Yeah.
story in the Bible. It sounds like we're broadcasting out of the whale's stomach. It sounds that bad.
Agreed.
But whatever. We got it done now.
Alas.
At least we're all set. Tom is here to talk about his radio and what he does. He's actually on 104.1 for those of you guys that listen to the morning show Monsters in the Morning.
And he also has a killer podcast.
Awesome podcast, yeah.
A
A better
mediocre-
podcast, I should say, because he's like the main guy on it.
Right. A mediocre time with was it
Tom
is
and Dan?
Is it Tom and Dan or Dan and Tom? I can't remember which one.
Tom and Dan.
Tom
That
and
flows
Dan.
way better.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah,
Didn't he just
exactly.
got done saying, I have all your seasons on and I've been watching them all. Wait, what?
You're like,
What's
what
that?
is it called again?
What's the name?
I don't know. I see.
I don't
Well played.
fucking
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Oh, well.
And sitting next to Tom is Mr. Belding, who is a middle school teacher for what county?
Orange.
Orange County.
Yes.
And he's hiding his identity so he doesn't lose his job.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's
Right, like he's actually worried about his job. So.
And we will be discussing his job and our lovely county education system in a moment.
It's not a joke. He's not Omar's uncle that fucking killed 3 people and robbed banks.
And Omar, I'm not going to talk trash on your technical skills. I have a flip phone still. So.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I,
I got
I have a
a flip
flip
phone,
phone.
man.
Slowmar. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Slowmar.
Yeah,
Oh my
slow
gosh.
It's like it's a fucking stretch with the 2 extra letters on the front of his name.
Wait a minute. That's not really his name?
It was like Superman taking his glasses off.
Speaking of Superman, how do you guys like the new hang on, I'll take this off.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Tell me how you like it.
Dapper.
I like it much better.
I like it.
You know, remember in Game of
Man
Death
after my own
when
Makes you
Bruce
look
Lee
older.
tries to sneak into the place? That's exactly how his hair looks.
It's like
Wait.
a telephone.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's dressed as the old
Is
It's
that
like a
telephone
guy, yeah.
operator.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty good.
No, it's smooth,
Yeah.
man. It's smooth.
You know, and I just
Very dapper.
You decided to
you
grow
got
up.
talking to the mic better.
It is smooth, man.
There you go.
Smooth. Okay,
You know what?
that better. Okay.
What I was going for was the Mad Men.
Yeah, like a 1960s like slick back look.
Yeah, you know, I just thought I'm 29 right now, so I'm at that age where I'm sick of doing the mohawk. It's so fighter-esque, you know,
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah, I was
out
wondering
shirt.
when you're going to fucking retire that crap.
Yeah, I've been
I
trying to
can't-
get him
dude,
to
the
do it
only-
for years.
But the only reason I do it is because you comb it forward, and I'm receding pretty bad right there. So I thought
Yeah,
that
you
was
are.
like,
it actually doesn't look that bad this way. It looks like when you're trying to hide it with all kinds of tricks, that's when it looks bad.
No, it just
Really?
looks like it's
Yeah.
slicked back. It looks like
It
regular
looks
hair,
much like
slicked
you've
back.
accepted it and it looks good.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
You're
wrong with
owning
a
your
classic man
you're
haircut.
owning your receding hairline and that's good. It's
Yeah.
confidence.
but so it looks just as bad receding.
No, it
No.
looks way
No.
better because
Yeah,
you're
it
like
looks a lot
owning it. You're just like, fuck yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Now fuck off.
If you guys could only see Slowmar trying to crawl underneath wires and shit at home, it'd be hysterical.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
But what's the first topic on the agenda tonight? Do you remember?
You know what? I can't even read my damn handwriting.
Yeah, I
anymore,
can't
man.
either. But it's
Well,
not,
we wanted to introduce our guests. We wanted to talk about naming our studio. That everyone on the website they voted, but we have we have a dead
a
even
dead tie. Yeah.
What are the 2 ties?
There was Clusterfuck Studio, which
I
right
think
now,
it's more apropos
Yeah.
today.
I
Yeah,
was
exactly.
leaning way more toward the Fortress of Junglitude,
Right.
No.
but
Yeah.
I really like Clusterfuck Studio.
So
right
do
now.
I. So let's go around and vote. We'll start with our guests first. Start with Tom.
What do you think would be more comedic?
Between what now?
Okay, what would you pick on your own? And then if you had to choose between Clusterfuck Studio and the Fortress of Jungletude, and I kind of ripped that off Superman, Fortress of Solitude, you know. But
Yeah.
so I'm like,
Yeah, I'm sure he
sci-fi.
didn't see that.
Well, what I've seen here tonight, I'm leaning towards Clusterfuck.
Thank you.
Do you guys have a name for your studio?
No, we just basically call it Daniel's Basement.
Is that kind of like a beginner thing for us to name our studio? Is that kind of like
No, I mean
you
you
don't bother?
you can name it. I would get a sponsor and then have sell the
Call it
sponsorship.
the 1-800 Ask Gary
Yeah, exactly.
Studio.
They do that with stadiums. Exactly.
You think there's a product called Clusterfuck?
It's a
Wait,
candy
there's
bar,
like
right?
The peanut cluster.
Candy bar, yeah.
Yeah.
The Peanut Cluster Fuck Studio.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Might
No
be
one's
hard
gonna-
to attract sponsors.
No one's
to
gonna
that
give
one.
us money.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yes, it will happen. Everyone, we're good, and we're gonna
If
get money.
Fleshlight, since you guys like to
No,
sponsor-
Fleshlight fucked me over.
Did they really?
I was gonna get sponsored by Fleshlight.
No.
Wait for a fight?
I swear, for a fight. I contacted Twitter. They were tweeting me back and
Yeah.
forth, and they're like, "Yeah, we really love to do this." This was for my last UFC fight before I got cut. My last one, and back and forth, probably like 6 or 7 tweets back and forth, and it ended with them saying, "Yeah, we'll email you. This is going to be great. We'll talk about it." And I never got an email, and I tweeted them probably 3 more times saying I never got your email, and they just stopped talking to me. No idea why. I don't know if they actually Googled me, maybe found out that I would
Because
use
the CEO's last name is Vimola.
Yeah.
That's
not good.
Wow.
What would a Fleshlight sponsorship entail?
Just
Money?
put-
Free product or just
No, I have
shorts
them.
or what? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'll take a free fleshlight. You know, I won't look that gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, probably just putting the name on my shorts
ah,
Yeah.
is all.
And money.
And money.
Lots of money.
And money, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the studio. So let's go ahead and Tom, did you vote? Did you
I vote Fleshlight Studio.
Fleshlight Studios?
Good one.
The official Fleshlight Studios, and then like charge them and like what is it? Whatever. We'll just send them a bill for naming
send them
Fleshlight.
an invoice
An
then.
invoice, yeah.
Voice.
That never works.
No.
Know
Wait,
a little bit
but
about
somebody-
advertising.
You know what? People could send me an invoice here. Like I'm like, I thought I paid this bill. Oh, I'll just pay it again. Like,
Yeah.
you could actually probably do that and get away with it. And
I bet we
sometimes
could.
not with them though.
No, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. So we got 1 vote for Fleshlight, which is even on the ballot. Okay,
Mr.
fine.
Belding.
I like Fortress of Jungletude. I think it's more clever, but it's kind of like more of an inside joke. So if you're trying to get more people,
What's inside about a
Yeah,
Superman
what's inside
joke?
about it?
Well, no, I mean the jungle part.
Yeah.
Or the Jungle Boys?
Well, no, I know that, but I'm saying that would apply to people who know just
Right.
what this is. If you're trying to reach outside of,
We are eventually.
Yes.
Yeah,
Someday
so
we
that-
want more than our friends.
but then again, Clusterfuck's not going to win. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Clusterfuck might bring some people.
You got to pick one now.
Damn it, Clusterfuck.
Yeah. Go ahead. Pick.
Yeah, I guess. Fortress of Jungletude was I made that up, so I want to do it. But I guess I'll do Clusterfuck too.
Clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck.
All right, it's done.
Now I think
Unanimous.
since I suggested that name, I get the surprise pack. So everybody shave your pubes right now. Put them in a box and mail them to me.
Here's the deal. People
have none.
People voted for it on the internet. So we got to see whoever voted for it, and we'll give them something.
Yeah, but I thought it was whoever named it.
Wait a minute. Did Clusterfuck Studios get enough votes?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was
it's dead
unanimous.
It's tied.
tie. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant.
All right. So the official name then is Clusterfuck Studio.
Yeah. Speaking of clusterfuck, how's the clusterfuck going of you trying to quit smoking?
So far, so good. I'm a little tense.
Wait, didn't you already say that you had to today? That you bummed a few cigarettes?
Yep.
But that's not officially quitting, though, is
That's
it?
for me. That's fucking quitting, boy.
Yeah. Oh, so you're doing this like a gradual quit, like, or
Yeah,
you're doing
I don't
cold
think there's
turkey?
any way at all I could go cold turkey. 2 for me is a fucking miracle. So,
Huh? I'll be damned.
I'm fucking tense though.
Have you ever done the patch? Does
No,
that
I'm not
work? Or is
trying
that
with
bullshit?
anything like that.
No.
I tried the electric one and it kind of took the edge off, but it wasn't the same.
Now I'm kind of ashamed and disappointed that you quit smoking because
Because you talked smack about me on the radio a couple times.
No, I didn't talk smack. I was impressed.
I heard about that.
I was impressed by how much of a real man you were. I'm showing up to work out, and you're working out as well in the conditioning class. And before we do an hour worth of, I mean, it's probably easier for you, but for me, it's the hardest shit I've ever done in my life. And you're smoking like a unfiltered camel, literally with the jump rope in your hand. And I'm like, God, this guy's a real man. My God, how's he able to do this? If I drank a sip of water, I'd cramp up and fall over. And you guys smoking a cigarette before and after. and I called you Real Man MMA.
Okay. Yeah, I've got one more fight in January, and I'm just getting older, so I have to knock it off, man.
Yeah.
No, I suggested why don't you switch to like dip or chew or something.
Oh,
like that.
that's
It's-
worse. That's gross.
Yeah, but to take the edge
Dude,
off, it might help.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Snooze.
saying. The nicotine, just
Yeah,
for the nicotine
yeah.
value.
Oh.
Now, I think you should go to a straight up Popeye's pipe.
Like corn cob.
Carl Alfred.
That would be
Carl
awesome.
A
Alfred's
giant
That would be
pipe
awesome.
because it'd be a gimmick at least. You come
Yeah.
out smoking the pipe right before
That's
you
true.
kick some guy's head off.
That's
Hey.
a Popeye looking face too, doesn't it?
Hey, did you two know that in Sweden they call Popeye Carl Alfred?
Carl Alfred.
Yeah, his name's Carl Alfred.
There's
kind
no
of
such
shit
thing
does
as
that
Popeye in Sweden. His name is Carl,
Carl
Alfred.
Alfred.
They have shirts with Popeye on it. It says
Carl
Carl,
Alfred.
Alfred over it.
That's fucking ridiculous.
weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Sweden.
They gave him like a real name.
And Mickey Mouse is called Musa Pig.
Moose Pig. That's Mickey Mouse.
Nice.
Moose pig.
Moose Pig.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, it's weird shit, man. Weird shit.
I wish I'd heard that before because I would have suggested the studio be named Moose Pig Studios.
Now, Sako, do you still have your corn?
I actually have a collection of pipes.
I have
One
a
for-
corncob pipe, actually a legit one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Sako, man, it was
Yeah.
like years ago.
Yeah, when we
6,
lived
7
together.
years ago, we lived together.
We used to
to
smoke-
go out back and smoke some pipes.
Yeah.
I have a corncob
Yeah.
pipe.
You need to rock that, Ben.
Maybe I'll bring it in next time. Next week I shall.
Just as we're doing the podcast, just blaze up.
Yeah.
Why not? Well, no, because it's your house and you hate smoke. So
Yeah.
That is true. I despise smoke.
Yes, you
Every
do.
time you smoke outside the gym, I'm always like if the doors are open to let some air in and stuff like that.
Dude.
If I just smell a little bit of it, I'm like, who's?
I'll go
fucking
down to the
Yeah.
fucking Chevron station at Fern Creek to smoke because I know.
It's like
and
a block
one
away.
little waft will like go down the
Yeah.
street around a pole and like one little scent go into the door and it's like, who's out there smoking? God damn it, Ben! And I'm like, I'm down here. He's like, I don't care.
Dude, sometimes I
That's a
think it's the
sensitive
people who get off
nose,
the
man.
fucking bus. Like, because Lynx dumps a bunch of fucking near-to-wells
Shit
right outside of the
baggeries.
gym. Yeah.
Links,
Yeah.
bus,
Hey, I don't want to hear about that. It was my old job.
bog of eternal stenches.
Yeah.
What? They used to pay you to be a fucking dirtbag?
I was the fucking manager for them.
Oh, that's
man.
right. I remember. You had the gun and everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of jobs, shall we get to our first?
Yeah, let's
topic?
get to our first topic. That'll be I believe Ben. You had something about us.
I was
right?
yeah. Basically, what prompted me to bring in Mr. Belding was I read about a week ago that Chicago teachers were going on strike, and part of the reason they're going on strike is their raises are based on their students' performance, their personal raises, not just their school's budget. So I thought it's a little ridiculous, you know, and I
Yes,
thought
You don't think that's fair?
well, I thought, you know, basically, politically, the 500-pound gorilla in the room is that people won't accept the fact that some students are just fucking stupid. And so that prompted me to contact Mr. Belding and see if he'd come down and give us a little insight, because I know Orange County operates somewhat similar.
It's a similar fashion. We
Well,
actually
what grade do you teach first off?
7th grade.
7th grade.
7th grade.
Holy crap.
And
Yeah,
and
they're
for
monsters.
anyone
All
in the
off
Orange
the
County who's listening, he actually teaches 12th grade English, I think.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. No, but we actually just had a meeting about that this morning. And the mantra was every student is a learner. Every child is a learner. Okay, you're right. You know, a kid could learn to tie his shoes. You're absolutely right. But that doesn't mean that this kid is going to score a 4 on the FCAT. It doesn't mean that this kid is going to make such great learning gains over the course of the year that he's going to turn around the school's overall grade. And we do have to accept the fact that there are some kids that do not have the intellectual capabilities.
I mean,
Now,
do teachers believe that shit? Like, are most teachers of your mind?
Good God, no. Administrators believe that because that's what is being forced on them at the county level. That's coming down from above.
Where?
And when you say the political gorilla in the room, you're absolutely right because that's coming from Tallahassee. So Tallahassee to the counties, to the administrators, down to us.
Do we or do we not have one of the worst school systems in the States, in the U.S.?
I think it's the
we're
one of the
down there.
absolute
I
worst.
think we're number 48.
We're down there.
Out of 50?
How do you
Good
guys
job,
know this?
asshole.
Yeah.
I know, right? I
Wait,
mean,
we're
if,
behind Arkansas and Mississippi, I think, officially.
if I didn't come into work hungover, you know, no.
There you go.
But no, I mean, look, yeah, you're right. Every kid can learn, but you have to understand every kid has a different set of, they have a different skill set, right?
Yeah.
Right?
They're fucking stupid, man.
Some
like
of them are.
if Florida
And some
has
of
some
them
of
are
the dumbest
brilliant.
people I've ever encountered in my fucking life.
Yeah,
Actually,
What are you guys doing to change?
number
What are you guys doing to
43
change?
is
Like what?
Maitland, Florida.
What's that?
Really?
Summit Charter apparently is number 43, the worst school
In Florida?
in Florida.
This charter schools are awful because they're a bunch
I
of
thought
degenerate kids. Half those kids
Here,
are
let me see.
22 years
I'm
old.
I'm trying to find ranks here. On
no, a charter
systems.
school can be good.
I thought charter schools are real good. I thought that was the whole
No,
point.
I thought
No,
they're
those
hit and miss.
shitbags like
It
that Winter
depends.
Park
It
Tech.
absolutely depends. My first 3 years were at a charter school. And the idea of, okay, you have a smaller classroom, so you get more attention from your teacher. That's awesome. You sign up on a lottery system, you get picked at random. Great. But their model was something called inclusion. So I would literally have gifted kids in the same class as a kid with Down syndrome. I shit you
So
not.
that's
How
bad.
do
That
they,
doesn't-
how do
and
they
the
justify
idea-
that though?
Oh, perfect justification is that the upper kids will help bring up the
Oh,
lower
come
kids.
on.
Oh, bullshit.
And the lower kids will contribute to the kids who score better and who are more advanced by teaching them how to teach kids and teach patience.
That's just a bunch of touchy-feely bullshit.
is.
Those
It-
people
it
can't
didn't
fucking
work.
possibly believe that shit though.
they did.
Like, if anything,
did.
the advanced kids should be teaching the Down syndrome kids how to put groceries in a bag. Like, that's
Well,
about all they could teach
I tell you
them.
what though,
Or
when I
find
went,
the most athletic.
I was actually a very, very. This is gonna surprise you. I was actually a horrible student. Like in elementary school, I got bad grades.
I was just sitting back and laughing about the irony of Mr. Belding telling you guys that some people can't learn. 3 fighters.
Damn it!
Oh.
I've got a 3.3 right now.
Three fighters will be escorting
3.3,
Mr.
that's
Tom
good,
out
but-
to his car a little later.
You brought me on here.
I'm here for the jokes,
But
man.
when I went to after elementary school, I was getting such bad grades and I was a bad kid. I was acting out and stuff like that. My dad stuck me in private school, and that helped me out a lot. I got a lot.
Why?
I did better. It was smaller classes. How do I put this PC?
White.
No.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Red
It's
laces?
not a PC show.
Red laces?
I was with people that were from my own
Socioeconomic.
socioeconomic background.
So
I guess you could
white.
say. So that.
And your family probably knew that if you fucked up, they'd kick you out.
Oh no, I've almost got kicked out probably 4 or 5 times. Bad.
Public school, they cannot really kick you out. I mean, unless you
Why
shoot
not?
somebody, unless you do something really major, they're not going to kick you out. They're not going to kick you
private
out.
or public? You know?
Public.
Oh,
So
yeah.
But private, they can do whatever they want because you're paying to go there.
Yeah, you're paying
so
to go there.
If I'm a 7th grade student, I just cruise through and I go to class every day, but I don't do shit. Will I pass?
yes, you will.
I don't take the test. I don't do my homework, but I
Yes,
go
you
every
will.
day.
At our school, they have something that's called course recovery. And what you can do is if you fail, you can go during one of your elective periods and take these little computer makeup courses, which they're a joke. I mean, it's just, 3rd grader can do them. And if you show up for what is called seat time, you can get a C. So that means if you
Just
just
sit
show
your
up,
ass down.
if you just show up and attempt, you can get a C for the year, and you will pass.
Damn.
That's a generation that's coming out that's going to be having jobs and
But C,
fucking-
okay, let's think of what C means. C means average.
Right.
The average person does just show up and just hang out.
And we,
Florida
yeah.
point. That's
and
a good
Florida
point.
If
is
I
a
was
C
if I was
state.
below average, I'd show up and like throw spitballs and,
Yeah.
and pull my pants down in class. That's like so. If
And-
I show up and do nothing, I should get a C.
Okay, but
Well,
what do you
let's-
think
Well,
about?
well,
hold
no,
on,
I mean-
guys.
I mean-
I got one more
Okay.
thing. Like, sorry, I have to interject
Do
here.
it, do it, do it.
This is the whole C thing, the average person that shows up. But when we were in Sweden, by the time they're in 8th grade, they've read philosophy. They're fluent in fucking at least 2 languages. Like,
Yeah.
where the fuck did we go wrong?
Sweden is so much smaller
Why is
by
French or
population.
Spanish
Sweden's got like
elective
9
here.
million people in it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like it's such a tiny country.
But it has nothing
they
to do with that. Like,
yeah,
why
they don't have
can't-
the same problems that we have.
That's like a chicken or the egg question, then, I guess. Or is our problems related to our lack of education? Or
No, I think
No.
it's as a country. And hold on, before the train leaves the station, I have an awesome story that I've been meaning to tell on a podcast, and I've got permission too, because I know we ran into a little bit of trouble by talking about people we know, but my roommate, and we call him Steamboat Willie Jr., he actually told me that when he was a kid, he actually ate real lead paint chips. And he was in the hospital
Why
for
does
like
that-
4 months.
well,
Why
that
does that
fucking
make
explains
sense?
it.
I know, right? That's
God.
what I said. Like,
Problem
damn.
answer solved now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
So
what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Because he said that he was out of school for 4 months.
Okay.
And it made him like a little retarded at the time. I think were his words.
What did Steamboat Willie Sr. think about that?
You know, I
the
didn't-
odd junior.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm going to name my son?
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie Jr.
Yeah.
What do you got, Slomar?
Well, I have the worst districts, and we are actually in the middle. We're not the worst.
In the state or the country?
Oh, so we're
country.
C.
country.
Yeah, we're like
average?
a
We're
C.
C.
We're actually
Yeah.
we're like a C plus.
We showed up.
Yeah.
We're like a C plus. The worst is Detroit. That's the worst.
Oh,
of
go
all.
figure.
Yeah.
They should turn Detroit into some sort of giant amusement park
Thunderdome.
style.
Thunderdome.
Yeah, Thunderdome style
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
then after
Detroit.
Detroit is Indianapolis.
They've got the mind of a
Cleveland,
child.
Baltimore, Columbus, Minneapolis, Dallas, New York, Los Angeles, and Oakland. That's how it goes up from Detroit all the way up to those are the worst.
Yeah.
But look. Our education system is extremely flawed. But when you think of the fact of the size of this country,
It's
the
massive.
ethnic diversity of this country, the socioeconomic diversity of this country, the fact that we have a functioning educational system at all, and that we still put out a lot of engineers, we still put out a lot of business majors.
There's
we still put out a lot of
overachieving
innovators.
Asian kids.
Some, yes.
No,
but
our higher
but we, I mean,
You got girls like Carly who decorates the room like dragons instead of going
Dragon
out,
lady.
Yeah.
instead of going out and
Dragon
partying.
lady.
Yeah, she's the mother of dragons.
What?
I was in all AP classes my senior year of high school.
That's my point exactly. Because you were too busy decorating your room like dragons and being a nerd.
Yeah.
Then you were out partying with all the kids, which
I
is
was a
good.
huge
You should
nerd.
be.
Yeah.
Which is nerds rule the world. I mean, that's
true.
how
Yeah,
it should be.
yeah,
They do.
yeah.
That's how.
No.
That's how I wish. I want my kid to be exactly like
do.
that.
I had another question. I know a couple other teachers, and I know it's a pain in the ass dealing with shitty students, like
Yeah.
being jerks, whatever, discipline. But on the flip side, how bad are the parents? Like
Worse.
the parents don't want to be accountable for their kids' bullshit, right?
worse. The parents are 10 times worse than the kids.
Do you ever have them come in and talk to you or call you and like?
Oh yeah, we have parent conferences all the time. Just 2 weeks ago, we had a mom come in. Her son is 12, and he's a
Don't be too specific.
he's a motocross dude. He
Yeah.
he gets sponsored and he goes
Wait,
all over
does
the
this
place.
kid have 18-inch hair, mohawk?
No.
No,
That's Seminole County.
Very normal looking kid.
Sorry.
Anyways, his mom comes in and she expects us to have his work in advance for him when he goes on these little motocross trips. Expects us to email with any kind of update.
Is he a pro? Is it
Are you
pro?
fucking
He's
kidding me?
sponsored. He's sponsored.
Well, then yeah, you should have all that shit for him. He's a professional athlete. You guys should kiss his ass.
Gives the fuck.
He's a goddamn 13-year-old.
So what? He's a
12-year-old.
he's a professional. He
No.
can do shit you can't do.
I'm
You're
with- I'm
absolutely
on-
right.
Actually, I
And-
can do a
and-
lot
and
of shit
one
I'm sure
day-
that kid can't do.
And one day he
Mr.
will
Belding
need.
on this.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
fuck that kid.
Never will need it.
No, not fuck that kid. Fuck that mom. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I'll fuck that
need
mom.
that He's gonna need that education.
You would.
No.
Because he's only gonna be able to do this for so long.
Those guys
right?
retire by like 16.
Yeah,
He's gonna
I
be
mean,
so filthy rich when he's
No,
when
I'm-
he's
No,
when
he's just gonna have
18.
like cases and cases
I don't
of
think
Red
they
Bull.
make that much money.
You don't need that education.
And
Kid,
speaking of transitions, I think I just stumbled on our next topic, radio. Because weren't we about to ask Tom about
really?
how much?
Okay.
Yeah, how much money they make in the radio business?
What? I thought we were gonna do Silverback Smash.
No, that's coming toward the end, isn't it? No. Yeah.
No,
What?
Sacco's screwing
Who-
up here pretty
wait.
bad.
Who are you snapping at?
That's you, bitch. Put your fucking mouth.
It
on the
is.
mic.
It's right
Thank you.
here. It's right here. Look at
Sacco
it.
has this horrible
Yeah.
habit when he leans over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His
Just-
weight keeps shifting more that way.
Yeah.
His
Oh, and
stomach-
my
his
mouth
sto-
is like
his
opening
stom-
up. Yeah.
His stomach contact
So,
keeps shifting.
are you gonna? Do you want to do your silverback smash now?
I want to ask Drunky a few more questions about this
Wait.
education first, and
Wait,
then I will.
no,
I'm still
not
on
the-
education.
Mr. Belding.
Not drunky, Mr. Belding.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do I want to ask
or
him?
junkie.
Yeah. What do you want to ask? him
I
then?
wanted to ask him what it took to. Did you have to have a college education to get into radio?
Hell no. And yeah, I've literally met maybe one or two people that had communication degrees that are in the radio
What?
industry.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the only person on my show that has a college degree, and most people don't. And
Dan-
and most people don't go from communications
Daniel doesn't.
into no. He's going to school right now. He's back at UCF,
Oh, we gotta hook up.
but he's not. He's not even back there to get his communications degree. He has to get like in some sort of weird mixture, or whatever it's called. It's called. I want to get a bachelor's degree, and the only job I could ever get is a teacher.
Yeah.
If in the real world.
Nice.
But
you know what that's
degree or
like.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went to a bunch of different colleges, and because it's a damn racket, none of them credits transferred to different colleges.
yeah, that sucks.
They're not
Yeah,
accredited.
So is he starting all the way over? Or is
No,
he-
he just had to basically figure out how many credits he had. Like he had so many credits that all he needed is a couple more. He can get a degree.
Yeah.
So he figured I might as well get it. So that's what he's going back to get. But I have a business management degree. I never even wanted to get into radio.
Really?
I just stumbled into it, and most people end up doing that, and it's all through internship. I've never seen someone just apply for a job and get on
And get
on
it.
air.
Yeah.
Like everybody either gets them through internship or some way like that, working with a show for a long period of time. It's
Right.
it's very bizarre. It's a weird, bizarre industry.
Really? So
Yeah.
what are the chances of us doing this podcast and getting so huge where we actually have our own radio show?
Yeah,
Slim to none.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, that's all I want to
Yeah.
hear. That's
I'm
all I wanna-
asking.
The thing is nowadays the whole game has changed. Back
Yeah.
like when I first started, it was like 9 years ago. Back in 03, the only way people can get into the industry would be to intern somewhere. You work your way from the bottom because if you wanted to get your name or broadcast anything out there that anybody could listen to, you had to have terrestrial radio, literally an AM or FM signal. But nowadays, like you guys are doing, you guys have got a podcast. There's
we got a Mexican and 3 fat fighters that are fucking doing a podcast.
Besides from the obviously you don't have the advertising power a big
Puerto
corporation does.
Yeah.
But
Is there a difference?
Theoretically, once you put it up there, once you put this download up, it's worldwide already, and you have the capability right away to broadcast worldwide automatically.
Yeah.
So now you don't need people. You can get together and get your practice per se.
Right.
Just like this, sitting around and doing this. And that's what all it is. It's all reps. Like you guys know, it's training. And the more you train, your muscles, or the more you train fighting, the better you get. And the more you train doing this, the better you get at it,
Right.
And especially it helps with the same group of people, getting that relationship and
getting
that timing.
Yeah, getting the flow together with all the people and stuff like
but
that.
see, you guys could do it, and it's just as easy as that. Now, the problem is nowadays there's millions of podcasts out there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to advertise, but it's just if people start listening to you one by one, and you guys got some names and some recognition behind you, so it's not as hard as as 2 guys in high school doing their show in the basement.
Right, true.
So
Is the whole like corporate world of radio changed? Because I remember a couple times, like I've listened to real radio for years, and part of me, like when they make these certain big changes, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, how do they do their rating system? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me sometimes. And I remember when Bubba's on, like they said, like the percentage of listeners, I don't know how the rating system goes, was like 0 females, 18 to 30, and there's like 50 women called in. We listen. Yeah. And then, real radio used to have really good weekend programming, and then it overnight turned to classic rock, and I just like, what prompts this shit?
Well, a lot of it is corporate mandates coming down from way higher up. They just look at a particular market area and they say, we need a presence first, let's say in classic rock, because there's no other station doing it. So they just mandate.
But there was. That's what I don't understand.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of decisions made.
Are they like clueless?
That boggle everybody's mind. When it comes down to it, it's just like any corporation that I'm sure everybody here has worked for.
Just like education.
I used to work for a certain home improvement store, and I used to work the night shift. And
why do I see that happening?
Literally from 10 at night to 7 in the morning. Now the dress code, and this is the same example of how radio works or any corporation. The dress code was wearing a collared shirt, right? Because that was the corporate dress code, and it was because you're in front of people. Now we had just started the night shift, this company, and doing all the stocking at night because certain people were getting injured with forklifts and whatnot. So I remember like a month into it, because they'd turn off the AC at night, and we'd be sweating our balls off, and they're wearing a cotton collared shirt, So I remember telling my boss, I'm like, listen, why the hell are we wearing collared shirts? We're not in front of the customers. Like, I understand it's for presentation. Can we just show up in T-shirts? He's like, you got to wear the collared shirt. That's what it says in our dress code. And I'm like, yeah, but, this is the first time we've been doing nights, so it makes no sense. And like,
it's like government.
Yeah, and then like his boss didn't want to tell his boss, and his boss didn't want to tell his
government.
boss. Yeah, and that's how it works. And then it comes down like that in corporations as well. And so when someone makes a decision, it flows all the way down. And like they say, the shit rolls downhill. And then so a lot of decisions people see like locally, they're like, well, why the hell is this decision made? And someone from 3,000 miles away are making it.
That doesn't know a damn thing. What's going on?
Through a piece of paper, But that's the corporate world.
Politicians.
It's
the same shit.
Education.
It's the same shit as
It's
you.
education.
Same thing.
Everybody has to deal with
We're
it.
fucked.
Speaking of education, because you used to be a police officer, what type of education in Canada did you just need a 2-year degree?
I was a cop in California.
Oh, I thought,
and Toronto.
I
And
thought you were in
Toronto, yeah.
So,
I did most of my time in California.
Okay, so what was the difference with education you needed to be a cop?
There, you're required to have a 2-year degree and your police academy, and that's what I have, the bare minimum.
Same California and Toronto?
Toronto, there's no educational requirement but a high school diploma.
In Canada,
Yeah.
to be a cop, you need a horse and a slingshot.
Pretty much. Dudley fucking do right.
Well,
no, there's no educational requirement. I mean, most areas, the state minimum in most states is a high school diploma. Most departments are leaning towards requiring 60 units now. And
God, high
Toronto, it was just there's a lot more people applying
you
with
fucking
bachelor's degrees because the
surprised?
economy's not that good.
I'm not surprised.
Like-
but there's no crime really in Canada, is there?
No,
if
I'm
if
talking
you
about-
apply with just
yeah.
the bare minimum, you're probably not going to get hired. There's so many people applying now with bachelors and
Yeah.
even masters that it ain't
That
going to happen.
Did they have their own horse?
Yeah.
For mounted units,
mounted.
yeah. But I mean, the Mounties there are like the sheriffs here. They do all the unincorporated areas.
Ah, gotcha. Well, speaking of cops,
And they got a rainbow in their
uh,
fucking
speaking
car.
of cops, I told you it was a surprise. Shall I do my silverback smash?
Do I want to
Yeah, let's
know?
do it.
Dare I know?
Well, this one was kind of homage to you, buddy.
Thanks.
And to most cops out there, I enjoy you.
I
A
know.
lot of them train at my gym, but I still, on a business level, I hate your fucking guts. On a
Yeah.
personal level, you could be my friend.
Yeah.
Before you continue, may I make one statement? When I was in my career there, I fucking hated about 80% of my coworkers. I fucking hated them,
You-
and that's probably
You
one of
hate,
the.
you hate 80% of us in here.
Well,
so
that's one of the main. That's one of the main reasons I'm not in it anymore. Is I can't fucking get along with them, and I don't play well with others, and I ended up in a physical altercation with one of them on duty in uniform.
Wow.
So
wow.
yeah.
Special soul.
What are you gonna say? You look like you're gonna yell at him or something.
Me, no, I stopped
Okay.
talking.
Okay.
I'm not messing with Ben anymore. He
Okay.
stopped
Yelling.
smoking. He's
Keep
already
yelling.
mad at me for making 3 dumb wrestler
No, I'm
jokes.
just kidding.
All right, so this silverback smash goes out to the cops. Dear Krispy Kreme cramming speed setting porker, it's confusing to know that while there are so many rapists, murderers, and child molesters running rampant in our city, you decide to concentrate your efforts on enforcing a speed limit that Usain Bolt can break with his feet. I haven't hidden in the bushes from anyone since I was in middle school. You're pushing 40, and you do it 3 times a week. Hibernating in your police cruiser like a fleshy little donut bear. Your eyes rest in the fatty little hammocks you call eyelids to study the radar gun like a Yankees pitching scout. Then when a struggling college student barrels down doing 27 and a 25, you spring into action like a tunnel-visioned meat puppet, using a chunky ham hock forearm to slam your taxpayer-funded Crown Vic into gear. It doesn't matter that this 22-year-old med student may be knuckle-deep in your prostate one day. You cut him a ticket that eats into his scholarship money like cancer through Michael Douglas's esophagus.
Whoa.
Wow.
Too
Yeah,
soon.
take that, Michael Douglas.
It's too soon.
What? Soon. I know your childhood was probably taken from you by an abusive stepfathers during bath time, and this has left you with an emotional scars worse than the one on Seal's face. but hiding behind that badge is like but hiding behind that badge is like it's a shield for your feelings isn't going to fix anything. But I have a way to make everything better. The next time your buoyant, lard-ridden bottom nabs a perp in a school zone, go ahead and hurl your lower torso in the path of the speeding vehicle. Hopefully the wheels will shatter your femurs like chalk on the pavement, and you'll never have to work again. You can collect your workman's comp and use the money to pursue your true passion. Fat-inducing pastries. Open a bakery and call it the Speed Trap. And when people come in, you can greet them with a free
Good
donut.
idea.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You can greet them with a free donut and their choice to make up for what a nuisance your society you were in your former profession. Then you could show off your gnarled legs and make up some wild cop story to cover up the fact that your injury was self-inflicted during a worthless speed trap. You're welcome, Porky McSwine Tits. You've been smashed.
Yeah. I take it probably most cops are C students, like everybody else in
Yeah,
Florida.
they're average.
Exactly.
Why do you hate Michael Douglas?
most?
Yeah, what
You know,
Come on, falling down, dude.
You know why Michael Douglas is
Why?
because he's with Catherine Zeta-Jones, and back maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, she was smoking hot, and he's still an old
Yeah.
crotchety old man.
She looks a little used up now.
I'm hating.
He's from a
Yeah,
powerful
because
family.
his face has probably been melting on her face. so
That
just
does
looks.
kinda
She has
like
extra
it-
face.
When you see them next to each other, you're like, oh god.
Yeah,
how'd this
how
happen?
could she fucking
Yeah.
fuck that?
When you see when you see a good-looking girl and a good-looking guy together, you're like, oh, that's a good-looking couple. But just
Right.
one will ruin it.
Yeah,
Like,
oh,
if
yeah.
you see.
Do you know how many times
You
I've
guys
heard
talking about that Danny
behind my
DeVito,
back, like,
Rhea
how does she
Perlman
fuck that
breakup?
fat pig?
The Danny
what?
DeVito Rhea Perlman breakup. They're
Yeah.
talking about it on the radio today, and they're like, "Who married up in that one?" Like, no one's fucking
Oh,
particularly eye candy in
A
that
wi- a winner.
I
relationship.
was like, Grindel married his mom.
Yeah. Who?
Grindel married his mom. It's from Beowulf.
Oh, Beowulf.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about Grindel from the gym.
No.
Rich Grindel.
There's a
married his
Grindel
mom.
at the gym?
Guys, we're not
Yeah.
talking about any more people from the gym.
That wasn't negative, and you know what? She
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, well, let's,
Let's drop that shit. Speaking of which, what do you think the average person education level is at our gym?
I'd say bachelor's
Bachelor's.
degree.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
High school.
The younger ones obviously are in school getting their bachelor's, but most people like 25 and up have a bachelor's.
I'd say so.
Oh, really?
I have
Yeah.
a GED. That's all I got.
Really?
Are you serious?
I'm college educated.
You have like a really good job though, don't you?
Yeah.
But you're Puerto Rican, so that kind of fits.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
He knows
did they-
he's in an industry that doesn't require education. They require knowledge.
Everything I learned it on my own.
Oh, really?
Well,
Do you
let me
make-
give you.
I'm not
I'll
asking how
give you
much
a pat on the back for that.
I'm not asking how much you make, but do you make like more than what an average person would make?
No, I think I'd be pretty. I mean, what? I make like 60.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's
yeah,
really
that's
good.
pretty good.
That's
That's
what
good.
somebody coming off a bachelor's degree would probably make. Like
It's more than
in
what
like
I
4 or
make.
5 years.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr.
Wait, hold on,
Belding,
how
what's
many-
a ballpark a teacher's salary? How long you been on there?
God damn, 10 years.
What's an
10 years.
average
And you don't make
ballpark
60 G's
salary?
you've been there 10
No.
years. You don't make 60 at
No.
least 60 grand.
No, I haven't gotten a raise for the past 3 years.
Oh Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Budget cuts, dude.
That's horrible,
Teacher.
man.
Got to cut back, man.
My
And
mom's
what about
vice
Tom
principal.
Van? Is that a
She can talk though. I mean, she's same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she hates the way that everything triples down from the top,
Yeah.
and how they have to force these kids to. What they do is they just make them memorize enough stuff to get through the exams.
little bit of rote?
And then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
As long as they pass the exams, that's kind of their goal. They're not
Yeah.
trying to teach
Oh,
these
yeah.
kids. They're just trying to get them through.
That's it.
And she's
That's retarded.
disgruntled like most teachers with
Right.
the whole system.
Would you say most teachers are disgruntled?
Yeah.
What's
Where
the
I
opposite
work,
of
absolutely.
disgruntled? Is it just plain
That's-
gruntled? Does that
Yeah.
mean I'm happy?
I'm feeling gruntled,
Gruntled?
right now.
I'm gruntled.
Yeah, but that probably affects like how they even. Obviously, it affects how they teach the kids though. So they don't want to be there. Or, like most of them don't want to be there, do they?
No, I mean, here's the thing. As soon as I get in my room and I close my door, it's cool. It's cool. I like doing what I do. You know, I mean, yeah, some of the kids are shitheads, but a lot of them are awesome.
But a lot of them are hot 18-year-old bitches.
Wait.
Sure.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. You're in middle school.
Yeah,
thinking-
I'm a little
yeah,
lower
middle
down
school.
the yeah.
Well,
but no, I mean, I did.
If you were in Thailand, they'd be hot bitches.
It'd be legal.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I genuinely like what I do when I'm in my room and I'm doing my job. When I step outside that door and I have to deal with administration and parents and everything else, it's a nightmare, man. It makes me want to quit. It makes me want to find a new job. But when I do my job, I genuinely like
Yeah,
it.
What's your education?
I have a master's degree.
Holy shit! Really? And a
Yeah.
hot wife, man. You got it made.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
But he's not making.
Appreciate it.
He's not making what Omar's making.
I'm
though.
not.
That was
I'm
true.
not.
That's true.
Without being in a job that
The whole
long,
point of getting a master's is to
make
for
money.
earning potential.
He's probably spent 5
A lot.
times that. To,
No,
to-
it financially was not worth it to
Yeah.
go into this career.
Right. you do it for the love of teaching shitheads.
But yeah,
I guess.
to an extent, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
would it be the same thing for you? You're doing it for the love of radar.
Right,
Radio?
yeah.
I have a theory that you start a job, or they say you got to love what you do, and I really think it's bullshit in a certain way, because no matter what you do, it eventually will have job characteristics to it
Oh,
that
yeah.
you won't like.
How many
anymore.
hours a week do you work?
Me? God,
I mean, outside. I know you do your 4 hours
He's
a
still
day,
working-
5 days a week.
He's still
but
working right now.
Yeah, but wait, I mean, it like radio. Our shift is from 6 to 11, but then like I have to do a lot of commercials and production work after. So basically, I'm done there at 12. So it's like 6 to 12. But there's a lot of meetings and stuff like that. And like when you talk about money in radio, the only decent money you're gonna make is through endorsements.
Do you have to drum up your own advertising and endorsements?
No, they got salespeople to do that, but you have to maintain relationships with all your clients, because without that, I mean,
gotta
that's really how.
That's why you're like, oh, I love these guys at this car dealership, man. They're great guys.
Well, you're like constantly having meetings, and then you're going on like discussing ideas for the next promotional advertising and stuff like that. And so with all that, like that's how you have to make your money. So then it ends up being, but it's not that bad. Listen, I'm not complaining by far, because I sit in air conditioned studio tech, making dick jokes to my friends, and so I mean it's not that bad. But regardless, there's politics involved, just like by being a teacher, like even I'm sure with the gym
with
as
fighting,
well
totally,
too.
yeah.
I mean, with anything you do, I think there's certain now there are like when I'm on the air telling jokes and laughing and stuff, like that's the good part. And just like when you're a teacher and you see you get a kid that's having problems learning, and you see him turn around and you see him start to figure stuff out.
Just one.
Yeah,
Just
You know,
one.
I mean, there's a
No,
reason
fuck
why
that.
there's a reason why everybody's doing what they're doing. I mean, no one really, truly, unless you're like a coal miner. I mean, that's gotta suck. But even
Everybody
then,
wants black lung.
even then, I'm sure just getting home at the end of the day is your, your victory. But so whatever you do, I mean, there's bright spots to it. But I I think it's bullshit if someone tells you, I love what I do 100%. There's nothing bad about it. I always, there's a job aspect to it.
I feel the same
or
way
it's not
with
called
They're
a
lying
job.
to themselves. They say that.
Fighting's the same way. I fucking can't. I mean, it's great that I get to train every day, but then it's a job in itself too, because I can't. Like, oh, I gotta go grocery shop and do this. Oh, I can't. I gotta fucking go and go train for 2 hours because it's just the same thing. Everything's the same way. But there are, even with you especially, there are a lot of perks. You gotta admit that there's tons of perks to what you do. Yeah, you get a lot of free stuff.
Get to
kickback,
the free.
that thing.
Oh, yeah.
You go
Like
to the
everyone
beer
knows who
fest
you
for
are,
free.
so you get in for free. So-
That works out sometimes. I mean, it's it depends. Like, I'm not the type of guy that goes and tells people who I am, or unless I
Really?
get pulled over.
Lots
Then
of-
I'll,
I think within like
get a
two
bit crazy.
within like 2 minutes of meeting, you're like, oh yeah, real radio.
Although I do have the worst radio name for getting pulled over if I'm drinking and
Yeah.
driving. I'm like, because it's literally a 50-50 chance if I'm going to jail right there if I say my have you ever heard of Drunky? And then the guy if he
fuck
doesn't
out of
hear
the
of it,
car.
oh,
No,
jail
but
right
no,
there. It's the worst. But I have this theory, and let me know what you guys think, that I think human beings in general just want variety in what they do. Like just going and doing something different with your job. I think it's the monotony of jobs
Yeah, true.
that end up driving people crazy.
Yeah, why do you think we're doing this? This totally
think
breaks up this mundane
Gone are
bullshit.
the days like where people do 30 years with a company. You
No,
know?
I'm just sick of doing the same thing in the gym
Yeah.
over and
Oh, yeah.
over, training for a fight over and over. This is why
Yeah.
I did that, is to get out of that and do something totally different. That's why I'm starting to try to do more things with the animal thing that you guys think is gay of me, like helping out the animals.
No,
and
I
stuff.
think that's okay.
No,
You're
okay.
banging
When is that
animals?
again?
That's odd. That is weird.
No, I want to like start like help like
A soup kitchen for animals?
no for like helping out at the SPCA and that sort of thing.
That's
Why don't you start by building your fucking chicken coop that's been spitting back there in
Exactly.
pieces for
Yeah,
fucking months that you
I
had
know.
to have?
I want
on
to
it.
put a pool back there first and then the chicken coop.
Chicken coop first.
Chicken coop.
There's
You
enough
can, you
room
can
for
do that
both.
legally downtown, right? You can grow
I can have
or
that.
not
He's
grow,
got it
raise
back
X
there.
amount
He
of
was so
chickens.
I
excited
have the
about
chick-
it.
I have the chicken coop back there. I just need to get chickens for it. I
And
just,
you need to
Yeah.
Put it
build
together.
So they have somewhere to live. Or you buy them, make them put it together.
I could do that. Jesus Christ! All right, what do you say we do, dear Fatso?
All right, hang on one second. Let me get my flip phone from 2004.
Yeah.
And I refused to switch over to a smartphone.
You still really have a flip phone too?
Fuck yeah.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
we all have a chat room that we all talking about this podcast of what we're doing, this and that. The main guy who like wanted to do this stupid thing is not on the thing because he's got
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's
Disgust me.
yeah, I know. All right, this first one comes from Horton Herdahu, and this is not someone we know, by the way, but this does sound like a question that we would ask about someone we know. But she states, "Dear Fatso, if a person is in a relationship and has friends of the opposite sex, what constitutes an appropriate relationship with those friends, and where do you draw the line with what is inappropriate?"
I am the absolute wrong person to ask this to.
So I guess what I'll do is I'll start first, and I'll say, if you have to ask this question, then I assume that your significant other has already brought it up. So I'd say no oral sex. If you're gonna touch, it's got to be like real innocent, just over the clothes, maybe.
What was the
Like-
question again?
Holy fuck, man! Listen, I don't want to read all this again. It's like
What's inappropriate for having a say you have a female friend? What would be
Yeah.
inappropriate relationship and what would be just a
like
friendship?
what
right?
what's crossing the line
what's crossing the line?
As a friend.
as a friend?
Okay.
What would your wife think is inappropriate?
Yeah.
You and Carly as a friend, what would you think is
Right?
inappropriate?
Could you guys go out to lunch without any suspicion?
Just as friends?
Like
Yeah.
right? Would she have to smell your fingers when you got home? Anything
No,
like
not
that?
really. My girl's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got two friends like that. They're a couple, and one always wants to go hang out. You know who it is.
Me?
They don't mind.
Yeah.
No, but if I send a text and say, "Hey, want to meet to coffee?" I send them both the same text.
So I
That's
mean
it.
that's
I would
you're-
not. I will not go out with her alone.
So that's inappropriate then to hang out alone.
I think excessively. Yeah.
Yeah. What's excessive?
See,
Well, because someone we know also would hang out with this person every day, all the time.
see, that's a little much. You can't hang out with the
Yeah.
person all the time unless you're in the
Yeah.
work environment with her.
Is
with
there
the
no-
person.
is there
Like, would your wife ever get upset like with Tiffany?
Well, that's why-
would Tiffany be a big. Tiffany's another radio.
The old
Girl
the old smell your fingers test. You know how to
Yeah.
beat that?
How's that?
Only finger the butthole.
Because then it smells
You
like
can
your
claim it's your
butthole.
own.
Because if your fingers smell like doo doo, your wife's not suspicious. She's like, oh my god, they
Like
smell
wipe
like doo
your
doo.
ass.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
like
Yeah.
so you're not gonna think you're cheating with doo doo fingers, but
Nice.
you're still, it's close enough. That's what I
Kids,
say.
Tom says only finger the butthole.
I mean, I'm teaching
In
her
order not
cheat.
to get caught.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Most girls don't like that though.
Yeah.
The
Nah,
ones that-
well, it's not
I
for
mean,
them.
every once in a while they'll let you, like on a
Not
special
for
occasion.
It always
Yeah.
deteriorates to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
It always deteriorates to this.
All right.
well, me,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, me. I would like to say my point of view because I actually have a interesting point of view on this
Yeah.
because I've got in trouble for that recently.
Finger in the bottle?
No,
Oh.
she knows not to smell my fingers because she knows my finger smells like ass 24/7.
yeah.
That's
My fingers up my own ass all the time,
Okay.
itching it. My hemorrhoids are killer, man. Anyway, I think that the guy, if it's a guy, you probably shouldn't be hanging out with him every single day. But I don't see anything wrong with going to dinner or to lunch with the opposite sex or anything like that, or even meeting somebody out for drinks once in a while if they're your friend. As long as there was nothing really there and she doesn't catch you doing anything, then she has to respect that and assume the best in this situation until there's something to assume the worst. Until there's proof to assume the worst.
Is there like a time limit on texting? Like, is there like a certain cutoff? Like after 9 o'clock, no text from this person, or
No, what if this person is out like at dinner at 10 o'clock or she's out having a drink at 9:30, 10 and she's like, hey, you want to join us? Me and my...
Well,
my-
I
me and
mean,
my-
like if you're sitting at the house and you're getting texts back and forth constantly, doesn't that seem a little fishy?
Yeah, I guess it does. But
Yeah.
if I knew that my girlfriend was friends with a guy and he texted that late, if I already knew that person in advance, then I wouldn't have any
Depends if you
suspicion about
trust that person.
it. I'd go
Yeah.
and smell his fingers.
Yeah.
And I
You
hope
know,
that-
you got to smell her butt
Yeah,
for
exactly.
fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the opposite.
I smell fingernails on your asshole, baby. Does that have a scent?
Fingernails? I don't,
I'm sure.
mine smell like my ass.
You've been cheating. We knew it.
Touche.
Exactly. All right, Mr. Belding, what do you
No,
think?
I mean I agree with that. It's kind of common sense. I mean, if you have an established friendship with somebody and you're in a relationship, then you're already friends with that person, right? I mean, if I have a friend that's a girl from way back, I'm friends with her. I'm gonna stay friends.
That's
with
where
her.
I got in trouble, though. I didn't have this friend from way back. What if I just met, say, a month ago at a function? Say I went to SP.
Then probably
No,
you're
not
going to
church.
raise
Say
up
my
if
gym, no,
you-
no. Say
Yeah.
she joined my gym, and,
Right.
and she was like, oh, she thought we were all cool, so we all hung out. Like, would that be a big deal if I
No,
just met her?
I wouldn't
yourself?
say that it would be if you were doing it a couple times a week, and
Yeah.
she was constantly getting a hold of you. Yeah, but
Is this
no, I mean,
person attractive?
What if I really, really wanted to fuck her?
well,
Yeah,
that would be a conversation you have to have with. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
With yourself. I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah. Are you like? Is this?
then there's bigger issues
Are you
involved.
attracted to this person? Is she attractive, or
It's a-
he?
It's a girl.
Is that a he?
It's
No,
a girl. Anything with the
Yeah.
vagina.
Yeah. So
I'm
I mean,
starting to get worried because when I left to do this podcast, my wife left with a coworker who looked like Julio Jones, and she
Fuck is Julio Jones.
she works only with secretaries. It was odd.
yeah, yeah,
Now I'm starting to get worried.
yeah. Well, just smell her fingers.
Just smell her
I
butt.
know,
No, no,
yeah.
smell her
Smell his
butthole.
butthole
Smell
for
her
her
butthole.
fingers.
Yeah.
you go.
Smell her butthole. As soon as you get home, the first thing you do.
Smell for fingers.
No, honey, is bend the fuck over.
Yeah.
Hey, let me smell your butthole.
Smells like dreads. It's odd.
Smells like
Is there
shame.
another Dear Fatso?
Yeah. There's another Dear Fatso.
I thought there was 2 or 3.
No, there's. I only got 2 good ones. There's a shitty one that I didn't want to. Dear Fatso, I believe that harmless flirting is okay. I've never cheated, and if a girl tries to get with me, I tell her that I'm in a happy relationship. But I still get
Sign Seth Petroselli.
Fuck off.
but I still get accused of cheating by my girl all the time. What should I do?
Sign Seth Petroselli.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Isn't this kind of the
I
same?
think that was
question?
a
it's
dig at
different
you or
because
something, man.
I guess he wants to know. He needs a decision.
Is this somebody we
If
know?
that girl,
No.
if there's no proof, that girl needs to trust him 100%. If not, get rid of her.
Exactly.
I have to
Yeah,
agree.
fucking her, because that's gonna be like that the rest of his life.
Yep.
And how does she define flirting?
We've all met a
You
jealous
smile
chick
too
once or
much?
so-
Jealous
See,
girls.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, how do you define?
I think I think this is an instance of jealousy more than anything.
Yeah, the girl's jealous.
Insecure
That's not
bitch.
good. It's just gonna get worse and worse as the time progresses. Fuck it. No way.
Yep.
Leave
I
it.
mean, harmless flirting. Now, if he's going out of his way and he's flirting and it's causing a problem, the obvious answer is to stop flirting so much. But then again, if you stop flirting and she still accuses you of cheating,
Life's too short to
it's
be
yeah,
someone
just
jealous.
fucking
Fuck it.
cut
You-
ties and
you
move
and
I
on.
agree, Ben.
Tom, you and your wife seem like every time I go hang out with you guys seem like inseparable. You guys are always happy. I've never seen you argue once. I mean, I haven't hung out with you too much with her, but has she ever like been jealous ever? Because she doesn't seem like the jealous type at all. And you're out a lot.
Yeah, well, here's my wife. She, the thing is, I thought I got into radio because I thought that you'd
Boats and hoes.
yeah, exactly. There'd be tons of money and
You have a boat.
and punana in it, and turns out that hot young chicks don't like talk radio. I get a lot of hey.
It's all like middle class roofers and their
Yeah,
wives.
I get a lot of hot young chicks that come up to me and be like, "Hey, my dad loves you guys."
Sing.
Smell
a
his
lot of-
finger.
There's a lot of that, and not too much of the old "look at my titties." I get really hot when I hear you guys talk. They're not into it at all. So my wife doesn't really get too jealous, and plus we've been together since I was young. You know, like my wife was the first person I ever had sex with.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you told me this before, but you guys separated once or twice?
Yeah, well, I mean that was throughout the high school.
You've
so
only been with one person?
No, I've been. Well, I don't like to talk about it, but I'll just say yes, I have been with one.
Yeah,
person.
Crazy.
yeah, because he's doing the
But
number
see-
in his head. He's like,
But
I don't
you know,
talk about
but you know
this.
what?
Plus
We know.
10.
I swear to you, my wife though she had a boyfriend before me. His name was Antonio, and he had a giant dick.
Julio?
And
Oh, God. Did he have hair like mine?
no, he had dreads.
Oh,
I'm not even joking.
no, did he really?
And I talk about this a lot, and my wife would not. She will throw that in my face all the time. And then she was.
You won't fuck me, Antonio, when he had a 7-inch cock.
I know.
Oh,
And-
baby.
but-
Oh, baby,
but
come on now,
anything-
baby.
Anything I did in high school, she'll bring up, and I'm
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm 30 years old now. It's ridiculous. I'm like, God damn. There reaches a point where you got to stop bringing up what you did in high school, right?
Oh, totally.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, I've been this far. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I can't. I wouldn't even know what it is. I've never really even been out on dates with other girls.
Back in high school, I could throw a football over the mountains.
Hey, fucking Al Bundy.
Okay. All right. Ben, where did you go? You went to some Sepulcai Queno place, right?
And this is Ben's Bistro, by the way.
Ben's Bistro. Today's place was 488, 730 North Mills Avenue, Orlando, Florida, 32803. We've all been to 488, correct?
Yeah, I have.
This is just
Yes.
a quick
Have you been
last-minute review. It's
Have you been to 488?
I have not.
Vietnamese food.
You ever go to any of the Chinese around my gym? You ever go to any of those places?
I've been to one Korean place.
Yeah, Korean's all right.
South
Our place is
Korean
weird
barbecue.
Yeah.
It was the one where you cook the meat in
Yeah,
the middle,
yeah,
and there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a ton of little tiny bowls.
Yeah.
Where was
That
that?
Young,
Those
up
things-
on,
those are all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think pho is way better than Korean
Pho,
barbecue.
there's everyone has their own little favorite in that area, be it Vin's, Little Saigon, and Hong 488. But I've always been a 488 fan.
Golden Harvest is also
they
good.
have a good menu, good quality food, and always amazing service. I've never had a bad meal or a bad experience there.
Here's my one problem with 588, and I've
What's
been there
your one
twice.
problem? That's
Is-
it.
No, I've been there twice. The food was great. They switched their prices, so their menu would say, "Oh, it's like $7.95 for the whatever," and then
You
I
pay
get,
more.
I get the bill, and it's like
You pay
$10.95.
extra.
I'm like, why is the price difference? Oh, that was the lunch menu. It's goddamn 8:00. What do you mean that's the lunch menu? Why are you giving me the lunch
You pay
menu?
extra.
That is my one complaint with them.
And their meatloaf doesn't have any meat in it, so stop
Well,
that.
it's like a weird tofu-y thing. But
Yeah.
anyways, what I had today was just the grilled pork and the rice and some spring rolls, and good as always.
yeah, the pork chops are really good.
Peanut sauce.
Every time I go there, I always just get the noodle bowls, the
That's,
soup
their
bowls.
portions
the
are big.
ramen.
Those are very big portions.
They're
Yeah.
so good. But the only thing I stay away from, I get the seafood, I get the beef strips that's cut into beef,
Yeah.
the seafood, chicken. The only thing I stay away from is the thing that are called beef balls.
Meatball.
They're not actual balls, but they're like look like meatballs, but they're
Yeah.
mystery meat.
I've
type
never
things.
had 'em.
That's why I stay away from those because I don't know what the fuck
They
they
actually
are.
have some pretty decent Thai food on there too.
Really?
Excuse me, Thai food on there too. Yeah. So
What's
any-
that? What's that? The Thai place we all went with Steamboat Willie.
I don't know, but it's fucking delicious.
Which
We
one?
needed-
Where'd
We
you
need
guys
to go
go?
there next.
It was really spicy.
Where was it
yeah. Down on Lee Road, I think it was.
Did you go to Siam Garden?
No, well, I don't think that's what it was. It's in this little fucking.
Is
I
the
mean, it
Kmart
doesn't even have
shopping
a.
center?
In the Kmart shopping center? That one sucks, dude.
I haven't been
That's
there
the
in
worst one in
years.
town.
It's been
Is this the
years
same
since I've been there.
Steamboat Willie
It's
that
Thai-
eats the paint?
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, we're taking his
And you
advice.
follow him
Yeah,
to
that's
the
that's
restaurant.
called
Yeah,
Thai
exactly.
Thai place, and they used to be really good, and they switched owners and they're crap now. So,
Oh, okay.
anyways, that's Ben's Bistro, 488. Once again, 730 North Mills Avenue, Orlando. It's right at the corner of Mills and Colonial. Strongly recommend it. Good portions.
And after you're done
Good
eating
food.
there, come to the gym.
Come to the gym and
Yeah.
work it off.
Come to the gym
Come
and
see us.
Come to the gym and throw it up. So all right, guys. Well, that was it's yes.
Do you want to announce the other thing about Lake Mary? Your new Lake Mary.
Oh yeah, I guess I
yeah.
can do
See?
that. I
Yeah.
just we just signed the lease agreement yesterday for our second gym. It's in Lake Mary, Sanford area, on the corner of Reinhardt and 46. So our new gym should be opening.
Seriously, that's where it's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So our is that right?
Yeah, is that okay?
He just made the worst face ever. That's where it's at. Fuck. I guess so. Huh?
Also,
Anyway, yeah, we should be opening in like a month and a half or so. We got it's a personal training gym right now, but there's a bunch of equipment, so we need to order mats. We got to get the cage in there, set up our schedule. But
Are you gonna take one of the cages from the gym right now, or are you
No,
gonna get
we're
a new
gonna-
cage?
we're gonna
Come down and step in the cage.
We're getting a new cage.
What does one of those cages cost? Expensive as hell?
Yeah, man, 10 to 15
Anywhere
grand.
from like
Really?
Yeah, man.
Wait, how much? Wait, how much did you say?
That half
They're
cage we got
10,000,
is like
the big ones.
$7,000. That half cage was $5,000 to $7,000.
Yeah, the full cage we have is about 10 to 12.
Wow.
But you can go. They go the nice ones like up off the floor. They're
Yeah.
like probably like
Yeah, those are-
25
man.
to 30
yeah,
thousand
it's a
cheap.
lot.
Is there one company that makes them, or can you?
No, there's a bunch of different ones. There's a couple main companies, but then there's a couple ones that like generic brands, but they're still real good.
At the old one, we had it. We make it from scratch.
Yeah, I'm making this next one. I have a guy coming up to make it because he can
Yeah.
make it just as good as the $10,000 one I bought.
Really?
He can make it for probably a couple grand.
Oh wow.
It's not that hard to make
Who?
if you got a good guy that knows how to weld and do a bunch of shit.
Do you have to have a certain type of fence so that it doesn't break and hurt someone?
No, it's just plastic coated. It's just a gauge, a fence that you got to get the thicker gauge plastic coated fence. That's all you got to get. Yeah.
Is there any standard, like in any sort of a fighting organizations, that you have to have a certain type of gauge fence or any?
No, because a
No,
couple of the
because
shitty
that one in
organizations.
fucking Valdosta,
Had
the
tiny
cage
fence.
wasn't even attached to the rest of the fucking frame, and the guy fell out.
Some of the cages. Oh,
and there's
damn it.
the shit.
Oh shit!
That's all right. Rocky's not that
The
bad.
fuck out of here. The fuck out of here.
No.
Just sit.
Stop
Okay.
it.
Anyway,
He keeps farting.
some of the cages are a lot skinnier. The cages are skinnier for the cheaper shows, but a lot of the nice shows have nice thick
Nice,
fence
thick,
fences for the cages. and stuff
lustrous
like that.
fences.
But they're all the same dimensions.
No.
right?
No.
No? You can have a hectagon, an octagon, or what's 9
And of
sides?
various sizes.
No, there's Bellator where I'm signed for now. It's just a giant circle, so there's no sides at all. Sizes range from anywhere from like a small one from like 18 foot to all the way to you think UFC's is like 30 something foot, 32 or something like that. Ours in my gym is 24, 25 foot, I think.
Is there any advantage to a bigger or smaller one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A smaller
ask the
cage.
last fight.
Yeah, smaller cage makes more advantage for a wrestler because you have the striker has less room to circle, less room to back up. 'Cause
Gotcha,
the wrestler
yeah.
would just take him down, and the bigger the cage, it favors the striker a little bit more because you have more room to move around and stuff like that. So anytime you see a small cage like my last fight in K1,
There was not
Fucking
even
ring.
regulation. That
Fucking
shit was
ring
like
was
a
like
15,
15
14 foot, and the guy
14 foot
fought
ring.
was 6'9".
so he took 2 steps, he was like across
Yeah,
the ring.
our plan was hit and move, and Seth would hit and move, and as soon as he moved, the guy's like right on top of him again. It's
Yeah, it was shitty.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
So
Wow.
being a Bellator, when is your next Bellator appearance?
January, I think.
Then
I
I
actually
went.
just got offered to fight Valentine over him.
No,
He's
fucking
no good.
way.
I
No,
heard that-
no,
I heard that-
he's okay.
Valentine or no?
No, he's got some
Valentine.
good. He's got some good wins.
He's got about
Recently?
a 50-50 record from what I can recall.
Yeah, but he's.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only fought really good guys though.
Is this last minute or
No, that one's not till end of February.
Take that
Bell-
one.
I
out
say,
for
yeah, take
January.
it.
Bellator's not till
I would take it.
January.
So this is another organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other organization with Valentine is totally different than Bellator.
Okay.
Bellator is January, be on Spike TV.
Is that an MMA fight or a kickboxing fight?
Should be
Over-
MMA fight.
The
Valentine
Valentine
kicks.
is it's a mix. It's just all stand up, but I'm allowed to clinch and pummel and knee and elbow,
Huh.
and it's with these weird gloves. They're like 8-ounce. It's like a whole new organization that they're doing.
Is that the one they're
Really?
talking about in LA where it's like a round of boxing? A round
No, it's just one round or 3 rounds of all just stand up, but it's just different
I
type
like
of
that.
glove.
I like that. Let's
Yeah.
go with that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends if I want my head to get more mushed up. I don't know what I want, man. I'll have
Your
to think
noodle's
about
fine. Sign for it.
Who are you fighting in Bellator?
that. I don't know yet. They haven't. They got all the people
Dweeby
for the tournament,
McDweeberson.
but they don't know the matchups yet and stuff like that. So we'll figure that out soon.
Very well.
Also, look forward to more contests and more video content coming soon. And that's pretty much all I have to say. What about you guys?
Just go to facebook.com/thejungleboystv and please like us.
And
I
share
guess.
this podcast with your friends.
I would also like to thank Mr. Belding and Tom for coming in.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
to our
Absolute
studio
pleasure.
late
This
on a
is-
weeknight. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Tom,
very
This is
much.
awesome.
Where do they go to listen to
You
your
know,
stuff? All the people that listen to us, they can go to yours. All the
Yeah.
millions of people. They send them over to our.
Yeah,
for
all
sending me-
5 of our listeners.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on the
What's
Monsters
yours?
in the Morning, and then on the podcast I do is a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. You can go to tomandan.com, and that's so you can get all the stuff.
Oh wow, he actually has a website.
Yeah.
Omar.
And we'll
website.
throw up
Sorry,
a link
buddy, I'm
too, because
actually
I think
building
we're
your
friends
jungle website.
Yeah, I know.
on Facebook. So
Just giving you a hard time.
You can have access to our 5 viewers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, our first podcast got like what 200. What's it up to?
Our 240, almost 250.
Yeah.
Listens, yeah,
And
that's
then,
good.
We'd like people to comment on the YouTube page as well, not
Yeah.
just on Facebook.
Yeah,
Please
no,
throw
I
some
always
stuff
tell
up
people
there.
to comment on YouTube. Every time I watch the YouTube, I always write, please
Did
comment.
you dye your
Give us-
eyebrows?
Most
I shaved them. Why?
most importantly,
Look 'em
share
up.
it. Share it with your
That's
friends.
really Puerto Rican of you, dude. Just saying.
Yeah.
Can you give us any hints, Tom, as what we should do to get more listeners?
Yes. I've been telling you this for a while.
And I don't listen to you,
I'll give
probably.
you a viral video, and you can put your plug to the show at the end of it. And it's you in a backyard. You hang a watermelon from
Forgot
like
about
a
this.
string, and then you get into some sort of mankini. And then you scream, "There is no God!" as you roundhouse kick a watermelon out of
That's
the
pretty
out
much
there.
that's pretty much what we
He
do
does
on
that all the
weekends,
fucking
anyways.
time.
That doesn't sound too far
and then
fetched
slow
from any of
motion-
the parties.
He's been telling me to do this for a long time.
I'm
and I've
telling
never
you,
done-
it'd be viral.
Okay, I will do it if we could put the watermelon on top of your head somehow. I can
Well,
hit it
listen,
off
I'll
your-
hold it if you
It's-
if you could promise not to kick me in
You
the
know
head.
real
what?
good at that.
Everything
I'm real
you
good at that,
mentioned,
seriously.
honestly, everything you mentioned in that whole skit is shit that's gone on at Seth parties. The
Yeah.
watermelon,
Oh yeah.
okay, the fucking mankini,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
take
the
the-
atheism, like everything he mentioned.
Yeah,
is
that's
like
why
not
we're
even
just putting them
far-fetched.
all
Put 'em
together,
all together.
Yeah.
into the perfect viral video.
Okay, I will do that. But we need
Very well.
maybe that can be our opener for the damn show we've been trying to do forever.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
That'd be good.
But-
Also, iTunes is coming up next week.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
Thank
you're gonna
God,
be able to
right
listen to it
on
on your iPod.
Thank you. And our website will be up soon, right?
Yeah, soon.
Yes.
After we finish your.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, until next week.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Are you,
Bye.
are you putting the music in after I
Yeah,
guess?
you
Yeah.
don't have to say it right now. Just,
Well, yeah,
It sounds better that I'm confused again.
yeah.
Clusterfuck Studios in action.
Adios.